Now stop and think. What if Dunkleosteus came back to life? With technology advancing rapidly, scientists are already studying ways to revive extinct creatures through genetic engineering. The woolly mammoth is one of the main candidates for this experiment. But what if, one day, they decide to try recreating a marine predator like Dunkleosteus? This may sound like science fiction, but the idea isn't as far from reality as you might think. How could Dunkleosteus be brought back? The recreation of extinct animals relies on a technique called de-extinction, which involves attempting to rebuild the DNA of these creatures. But in the case of Dunkleosteus, there's a problem. We don't have fossils with preserved genetic material. So, how could we possibly bring it back? There are three main approaches science could explore. Genetic manipulation of living species. Creating a modern species similar to Dunkleosteus by genetically modifying a current fish to develop characteristics resembling the prehistoric monster. DNA synthesis from fossils. It's not possible yet, but some future technologies might allow us to genetically reconstruct an extinct organism using fragments of proteins and well-preserved fossils. Advanced cloning. If we ever find a way to preserve cells or DNA from Dunkleosteus, it could be cloned and brought back into the modern world. But what would happen if it really came back? Now, let's imagine the impossible has become reality, and scientists have successfully recreated a Dunkleosteus. What would happen if it were released into today's oceans? Well, this could be an absolute disaster. No current predator is prepared to face it. Modern sharks, including the great white shark, could be easy prey for it. Impact on the ecosystem. It would become an uncontrolled superpredator, potentially causing the extinction of many current marine species. Danger to humans. While we don't know exactly how it would react to human presence, the fact is that it could be one of the biggest predators today, and an encounter with it in the ocean wouldn't end well for an unsuspecting diver. But instead of recreating Dunkleosteus, wouldn't it be better to learn more about it? After all, despite being extinct, it left clues about how marine life evolved, and some of these clues may still be hidden in the fossils we've found to this day. Now that we've explored the power, the hunting tactics, and even the possibility of Dunkleosteus coming back, here's a curious question. How do we know all of this about an animal that lived more than 358 million years ago? The answer lies in its fossils, true fragments of history that have allowed us to reconstruct this monster of the ancient seas. But what's even more interesting is that not everything we imagine about Dunkleosteus is 100% confirmed. In fact, there are still many mysteries about it, and some recent discoveries might change what we think we know. What do the fossils reveal about Dunkleosteus? The first fossils of this predator were found in the 19th century, and since then, scientists have been trying to piece together this prehistoric puzzle. But there's an important detail. Most of the fossils found are only from the bony plates of its head and jaw. This means that we don't have a complete skeleton of Dunkleosteus, and its body remains a mystery. It could have had a shape similar to a shark, or something completely different. Small blue diamond, what do we know for sure? White heavy checkmark, its head was fully armored with extremely thick bony plates. White heavy checkmark, its sharp jaws worked like cutting blades, without teeth. White heavy checkmark, its estimated size was up to 10 meters long, making it one of the largest predatory fish in history. Kleines blaues Karo, wat du wie still not no? Question mark, was its body elongated like a shark, or more robust? Question mark, did it have scales on its skin, or was it smooth like some modern fish? Question mark, did it have large fins for speed, or a heavier and slower body? Microscope, recent discoveries and new theories. Researchers continue to study the fossils found, and some analyses suggest that Dunkleosteus may have been faster and more agile than we originally thought, making it an even more lethal hunter than previously believed. Another intriguing discovery came from the analysis of fossil marks, showing that it could have been one of the first super predators to practice cannibalism. This means that if food became scarce, it could attack other Dunkleosteus to survive. But what if there are still fossils hidden, waiting to be discovered? Could we find a complete skeleton and finally reveal the mystery of its true appearance? Have you ever stopped to think that, despite all we already know about Dunkleosteus, it still holds many secrets? With modern excavation technology and digital analysis, each new fossil discovered could change what we know about this predator. After all, the oceans and lands continue to be filled with mysteries, and it's possible that new discoveries will bring even more fascinating answers to light. What could be found in future excavations? Every year, new fossils are unearthed, and new theories gain momentum. Will scientists finally be able to find the complete skeleton of Dunkleosteus? This discovery could change everything we know about its appearance and behavior. Imagine if we found evidence that it was even more imposing than we thought, or if it was revealed that it had abilities we never imagined. Modern digital scanning and 3D reconstruction technologies could help build a more accurate model of Dunkleosteus, bringing out details that could never before be visualized. If this happens, we might even get to see Dunkleosteus in high definition, recreating its appearance with scientific precision.
The legacy of Dunkleosteus today.
Even though it went extinct millions of years ago, Dunkleosteus still has a huge impact on the study of marine predators. It helps us understand the evolution of the oceans, the dynamics of ancient food chains, and even the ecological changes that shaped our planet. Studying these creatures not only reveals the past but also teaches us how to protect modern oceans, which in a way, continue to evolve and transform. Now, imagine being part of this journey of discoveries. Each new episode of our channel is an opportunity to dive deeper into these mysteries and better understand how the prehistoric world shaped today's marine life. If you're fascinated by all this and want to keep up with more incredible discoveries about creatures like Dunkleosteus, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any details. Leave a like if you enjoyed this dive into the past, and share with your friends who love ancient mysteries as much as you do. See you in the next episode.